What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side, we have Branded, and on the right side, we have Rescue Ace. Both decks are powerful decks coming up into the upcoming meta. I mean, with Agovi slashing up, I think that we're going to see a lot more Rescue Ace. A lot of people are putting Rescue Ace on the top tier of the lists. And then Branded still didn't get touched by the ban list, so we're very happy with that. You know, Branded opening still at 3, as well as Branded Fusion. You know, everyone's like, oh, hit Branded Fusion to 1. But we're lucky enough that Branded Fusion did not get hit to 1. We still have Gaming Puppet very much live here. And I think that the Rescue Ace deck has a Puppet Lock-ish type thing as well here. Before we dive in, if you like, comment, subscribe, we're going to be seeing the Branded player going to go first. Going to start off with an Allure of Darkness here, so potentially being on the Patchwork Masquerade build. Banishing one of the Albazes. We're going to normal summon out an Aluber. Can activate the effect. Droll is no longer in the format as much as it was prior now. So we're going to be seeing a little bit more people getting a little bit risky with their draws. We're going to see them search for Branded Lost, which tends to mean that they have the Branded Fusion here. We're going to activate the Branded Fusion. Will we see an Ash Blossom here? We do not. So we're going to be able to activate, or not activate, we're going to have to use the Branded Fusion here, dumping the Albaz as well as our copy here of it looks like we're thinking about dumping the Tragedy. So Tragedy will be able to search us as well here. So we're going to summon out the Lubellion. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect of Lubellion, discarding the opening as well as getting the Tragedy effect here. Searching us. Oh yeah, as well as Lost here. Searching us for Ad Libitum and the Cartesia. And making the Mirror Jade by shuffling back the Albaz from the Banished pile as well as the Lubellion. Which also leaves the Branded, or the Albaz engraved for Branded in red as well here. Then we're going to special summon out the Cartesia because we have Albaz still engraved. And then we're going to be using it and the Nightmare in the hand here for a copy of the Garanganol. Garanganol can activate its effects. Dumping the Albion here, which can set up the Branded in red. With still 2 cards in hand here, we still have the Branded. We still have the Mirror Jade here. It's going to be able to banish the Aluber by dumping the Brigands, and then Brigands can also search for Mercurial during the end phase here. Then during end phase, we're going to see the Cartesia add back. We're going to be seeing us add the Mercurial here, which is now a Monster Gate to protect our copy here of the Nightmare, which we're going to be setting up with a lock with setting. A copy of Branded in red here. And then we're going to be able to pass turn on this. And then in the draw phase, we're going to be able to activate targeting the Albaz here. We're going to be using it, and then we're going to be using it to fuse, using the Cartesia and the Albaz, going for the Sanctifier Dragon. And then we can activate the effect here, targeting the Gimmick Puppet as well as a copy of the Tragedy in the graveyard, I assume. And we still get the effect of Lost as well here. So we're going to go Chain Link 1, Lost, Chain Link 2, the Albion, summoning out the Gaming Puppet and the Tragedy to our field. And then we get to search for a lovely copy of Albion for follow-up here. We're going to be able to dump Retribution and draw a card during the next turn. And our opponent is now successfully Gimmick Puppet locked. Interestingly, they didn't change Emergency this. I guess they wouldn't have really gotten anything from it because they would have had to send it to the graveyard unless they had a card in the hand here which they could have used. They could have tributed off one of their monsters to at least have some kind of a play. We also see them playing Rescue HQ here. I think that card is not always used. They're going to be normal summoning out, I believe that's Airlifter. Activating the effects, going to get hit with the Mercurial. But Emergence is also a quick play, so we can set 3 cards here and they're going to go battle phase attack into the Tragedy here. Definitely makes sense, and pass turn here. We can activate Branded Opening and discarding the Aluber here, or not the Aluber, the copy of Ad Libitum, unless we want to use it from the hand to Reborn, which we can do. You can actually use the Brand Infusion and use Ad Libitum in the hand. It looks like they're thinking. They're going to activate the emergency here. It's going to summon out, I believe that is the Turbulence. The glare there is a little bit too strong. I'm not able to recognize it. That's going to be sending the copy of Fire Hydrant from the hand. Then we're going to see them discard and summon out the Aluber. Then they're going to be able to activate the effect. So I guess they didn't summon out Turbulence. They summoned out, there's probably another copy of, that's Fire Attacker, I guess. Then we're summoning out the Impulse. And we're searching for the Brand Infusion here off of the Aluber. So we still have the Adlib in hand. We're going to activate the Albion here, dumping the Retribution. And then we get to draw one. So maybe drawing into one of those blowout cards. Maybe drawing into a Polymerization if they are on the Patchwork build. I mean, they do have some big bodies on the field, but we do have, we have a Mirror Jade effect. Albion, the Sanctifier Dragon, cannot be targeted here. If we get rid of the Gimmick Puppet, we will be able to Gimmick Puppet lock them once again. They're going to banish to add back the Branded in Red. They could also go for actually, they're going to activate the Branded in Red, targeting the Tragedy. They're going to attempt the chain. They're going to chain the Mirror Jade here. That's going to send probably Albion here. Sending the Rinbrum. Okay, setting up the Albaz play. I guess you don't really need to summon anything back with our... They're going to be banishing the Impulse. Then Tragedy's going to resolve using itself, Ad Libitum, as well as the Mirror Jade to go for a Guardian Chimera, which we will be able to pop one, draw two here. But the Mirror Jade will be coming back as well, and they are protected under Lost. So we're going to see Chainlink 1 Lost, 2 Tragedy, 3 Aluber, or 3 Ad Libitum target the... just a lot of chains here. And the Guardian Chimera as well, which is going to be just scoop it up there, realizing their opponent's going to have way too much here for the grind game. And that's just going to be it for game one. You know, Puppet is a very powerful card. I'm surprised they didn't hit it. Like, they didn't even touch Branded. But the Branded has a problem where, like, if it's the best deck, people will just be, like, sideboarding for it. And, like, at the moment where you're side decking, like, for Branded, the moment Branded, like, loses, like, we already all play Ash Blossom. So, like, Ash is already going to be in the format. You're going to get hit, like, 33% of the time by Ash Blossom, at least in one game. It's the same thing with Purely. Like, Purely can never be, like, truly the best deck, because then all of a sudden people are going to be playing 6 books. And once you're playing 6 books, Purely has, like, such a bad chance of, you know, winning, like, throughout the whole tournament. So, it's going to be, like, kind of a problem that we're going to be seeing. I guess you could, like, not hit Gimmick Puppet, and it still won't be the best deck. It'll just be one of the annoying decks, which it really kind of feels like they did here. So, we're going to be going back into the gameplay. We're going to be seeing the Rescue Ace player, normal summon with the Fire Hydrant, going first, activating the effect, searching for the big Turbulence here. You see another Emergence in hand. They're going to activate the Emergence here. And they're thinking what they're going to be summoning. Summoning out the copy of Fire Hydrant, I guess. And then they're going to dump one of the... They're going to tribute from the hand here. Then we're going to see them summon out the Turbulence by banishing both. Activate the Turbulence effect, setting 4 cards. And this is huge. And it gets even better with the Sinister Eye stuff here. They're going to be revealing all 4, letting our opponent take a second to read. I believe that's Alert, Rescue, Contained, and Extinguish. And they do have a Hydrant on the field, so they'll be getting those additional effects. They can activate one of them because, the effect of Hydrant still applies here. It's on the field. They can activate one of their sets that they did set with a Rescue Ace this turn here. Then we're going to activate Preventer, banishing to summon itself out here. This one acts like a little Book of Moon, if I do recall. Then we're going to link 2 away here for maybe a Hita. And then we're going for Puzzolino here. And then Preventer is going to be able to summon out one of them because that was banished. Puzzolino effect's going to activate here, which is kind of cool that, we're playing a card like this, which can let us go into the Gigantic Sprite here. And if you guys know where this is going, we're going to be seeing a Ibly here. And then we can just link away both of these and give our opponent an Ibly. And our opponent just cannot out this unless they're able to tribute summon over with a Bestial. Going for the Beat Cop. And then Beat Cop can also protect the Hydrant here. I don't know if this line exactly is the most optimal here. It does take quite a few extra deck spots. I think we're probably going to be seeing a lot of players drop this from their extra deck and probably play cards like Ultimate Slayer instead, because right now Ultimate Slayer is a very nice. I don't know if it's definitely going to be the meta call, but we're going to be seeing a Rise Heart gone, so people are going to be able to play it again. But a Rise Heart wasn't really a problem when the deck first arised. I guess when Ultimate Slayer first arised. For a play on words there. We're going to see them activate the Fray for Patchwork here, adding the Edge Imp Chain as well as the Polymerization here. And actually, Beat Cop protected the copy of Ibly here. Okay. They're going to set 1 and pass here. Oh, no. We're going to see a lot. We saw a Droll as well on Res here. They're going to activate one of the effects here, which can be summoning out from the graveyard. It's going to summon out the Big Turbulence, but can set another 3 during the next turn, or 2 during the next turn if we do not use them. Which I believe we can just summon from, or search from the deck. So we're going to activate the Hydrant, search for a Preventer once again. And at this point in the game, I think it's safe to say that the game is over. We have a Rhoda as well to search. Then we can just summon out. Get the effect. Search for the Rescue HQ here, which can actually put back a bunch of the banished stuff as well. And that's going to get us a lot of recursion. So Rescue East 100% has this in the bag. They can't even get nibbed here. So they're going to be able to absolutely cook here. We're going to see it try to destroy at least the Ibly once. Gain that B-Cop there. They're going to banish 2 here. Once, are they going to put back? Okay, they're going to put back with the Rescue HQ, putting the 2 from the graveyard, 2 from the banished. And it's going to let them draw here. They're going to activate Turbulence once again. They can set now 3 from the deck that we just put back. Kind of crazy how that ends up working here. I wish it said 3 that you did not activate this turn. We're going to put Contain, Rescue, and probably the Alert. Then we're going to activate one of the effects here. That can let us search for a copy that we need. Searching for big turbulence here. And that can easily banish too. I'm going to link away for a copy of the Link Karibo here. For a second there, I thought it was going to be the copy of Anima. Anima take the Link Karibo, or the Ibli there. We're going to see Preventer banished to summon. We do see Trish Bania in their deck as well, which is kind of cool. And a Binary Sorceress. But how do they out their own Ibli here? They have lots of different ways. So we're going to see them link 4 into an access code, perhaps. Appaloosa, okay. Going for that grind instead of the OTK, I guess. They're going to see the Impulse summon back out. Turbulence effect's going to be banishing here. Banishing one of the Impulse as well as... or 2 Preventers here, actually. My bad. Summoning it out the Turbulence here. They're going to go Battle Phase attack into the Ibli. They're going to see Turbulence attack into the Edge Imp Chain. Edge Imp Chain could activate the effects here, but they're going to attempt to activate it. It's going to get negated. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be lower damage here. We're going to be punching away at the life points there. They're going to set one, which is Solemn Judgment here, and pass, leaving your opponent on having a 3-mat Appaloosa and 5 sets. They're going to activate Gold Sarcophagus here, playing it out, choosing saying, I'm not scooping to this. Banishing a Tragedy. Tragedy will search us for a Despia here. It's going to get negated with the Appaloosa. Do we have what it takes? We have a Lure of Darkness that will let us draw into potentially more stuff here. Banishing a Mercurier, and Mercurier will get its effects. It's going to get negated by Appaloosa. At this point, we're running out of gas. And we have to have Brand Infusion here. We're going to normal summon out Kit. It's going to have one more negate. There's no effect here. They attempt to go Battle Phase, attack into the Appaloosa. They're going to activate to bring out the Hydrant here. And they're going to activate on the attack declaration. It's going to be destroying the Spriggan's Kit here because they control a Hydrant. And they're going to activate Branded Opening here. Now, still playing this through. Dumping the Chain. Chain will be able to search our Aluber. Then we can go actually Chainlink 1 Aluber, Chainlink 2 Chain blocking here. And they have the Brand Infusion anyways. It gets Judgmented. Wow. I thought they had a second one there. That's insane. Activate Polymerization here. Then they can chain and make it so that Aluber cannot be used as a fusion material here. And they only have 1 card left in hand, so they won't be able to go for anything. And they're just going to pass turn on this. That's just unfortunate. Not even scooping it up here. Saying, you're going to have to kill me. They're going to go Hydrant attack into the Aluber. Then we're going to go Turbulent attack there for game. But moving on into game 3 here. We saw a lock twice. Still making their opponent work for it though. I do like that. And especially when you're already up in a game. And you're able to like maybe make them change their side pattern or something like that. Or, you know, also just hitting them with a few cards that are bloat. Puppet locking is pretty crazy. But then also, like, making your opponent scared a little bit of the time. Like, you don't want to face against, like, Cosmic Cyclone and stuff like that if you're going to be going first. You know, having Cosmic hit your Branded Lost or your Branded in red if you don't get full setup can really hurt you. Especially if you don't have the Puppet Lock and you just want to go for like the regular old Chimera play. Them hitting your like Cosmic at like the start of the turn is very, very huge. So they might be thinking twice about putting in Cosmic when we're so close to time. As well as if you don't really know what the deck does, like I would assume that this player here doesn't really know what Rescue Ace does. So they want to be able to see like what the deck actually does. You want to get a feel for the deck. See like if they actually have lines to OTK. Like that's something that Rescue Ace does struggle with. Is to push for that damage for game. a bit. So I definitely understand, we did see a bit of a change there. I think that Puzzlino is very cool. I really like decks that have some interesting features like that. But we're going to be seeing the branded player going to be going first once again here. Going to be activating Fusion Deployment, revealing the Granganol, summoning out the Cartesia from the deck. A very strong card. If it gets followed up by a normal summon of the Aluber, but it doesn't, we're going to see the Lost being activated here. Normal summon Aluber, searching for the branded Fusion here. I wish I opened this good. Activate branded Fusion. It's going to get Ash Blossomed. That still feels very rough. But we do have Cartesia with Edgem Chain here, which we can activate using the Edgem Chain to go into the Granganol. And then we're going to activate the effects of Granganol as well as the Edgem Chain here to be able to dump and search, as well as Lost as well. Yeah, so Lost actually can search here for a copy of Albion here if they wanted to draw as well to dump the Lost. We're going to be dumping the Albion, so trying to set up the Puppet Lock perhaps. Activate the branded, or for Patchwork, searching for the Chain as well as the Polymerization. Will we see a Poly with the Aluber and Nightmare Griffin here? Activate Polymerization using the Aluber and the Albaz. For a second there I thought it was the Puppet. Or they cannot do that. They could do it with Granganol because there's no need for Granganol here. Granganol can activate. Going for the Lubellion. Lubellion's going to be discarding the Chain, putting itself as well as the Albaz back. Going for Mirror Jade here. They could have used the Granganol there because Granganol does activate in the graveyard, so it would not have made a difference. Plus, you don't really want to use it for the Chimera line. And then we're going to see Cartesia add back as well as the setting of the branded in red here. So probably going to go for the good old Chimera play, but they did have to discard the Chain here, so that's going to be one less monster from their hand. Yeah, the play was probably keep the Aluber on the field, use the Granganol, and they're in a T-set pass. What is this? Go for them? There's no way. What's their hand? We see them special or normal summon with the Cartesia here. Activate branded in red. Targeting the Aluber. They didn't even activate Mirror Jade. That's kind of crazy. So I'm going to take a second to read the branded and Lost. Then a Chain D barrier here. Okay. Then when we sessioning out the kit, because we do have the Mirror Jade onto the field here, they could have activated the Mirror Jade effect in response to banish that face down there, which but they can still activate the effect here of Mirror Jade, I believe. I don't think D-Barrier negates the activations, which we're going to be seeing them send, and it's going to be stopping the Droll there. And their opponent's just going to scoop it up, and their opponent is going to have enough for game. And we see that Branded takes the win here with the Rescue Ace deck bricking, unfortunately, in the game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see some more content like this. Let me know down in the comment section what other decks you guys want to see. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.